Man, my data just ran out.
Here, you can use my phone.
Thank you. Come on, man. My data finished again.
Relax, honey. You can always use mine.
Wait, how come you always have so much data?
I told you I switched to Telem mobile postpaid plans. Those plans come with plenty of data, so I will never run out of data again.
Okay, well, why don't you come over here and show me more about these plans? Because I'm about to switch to Telem data now.
Welcome to Late Night Show. Hope everything is okay. Hope everything is all right. I'm your host, Andrew Dick. Okie dokie, kids, what's happening on the lovely island of St. Martin? We begin with the news of Parliament. Parliament. Oh my gosh, Parliament. Yesterday, meeting. Today, meeting. Every day. All day meetings. What is so important? You, apparently. GEBE is still on the forefront of every single thing. The approach of the current government and that of the opposition, they're not making it easy. We would hope that in a crisis, they would all come together. But no. That's wishful thinking. You know, St. Martin's supposed to be a real place, but hey, at least our leaders don't believe that. They had a very hefty Parliament meeting. Some highlights we posted on our Facebook page, so if you want to see, you can always go and check there. 6 hours. So I was like, no. The gist of the whole meeting was government has one approach, the opposition has a different approach. People within the government have problems with the way that Dr. Luc Messalina is handling this GB situation. But guess what? The decision maker, the decision factor, the ministers end up making decisions anyway. And whether we like it or not, we still have to wait 5 to 6 weeks. And we're going to bitch for the next 5 to 6 weeks while campaign is going on. And then afterwards, when the containers come, you'll have the politicians wanting to take pictures in front of it going like, hey, I brought you current, vote for me. So the clock is on. And URSM, don't think I don't notice what you're doing. I notice what you're doing, URSM. You just making sure you stay quiet so that when you deliver the stability with the electricity, you're going to say that we made sure that we brought you electricity, St. Martin, so therefore it is important that we stay in there to continue bring you stability outside of GB. Because look, if we were able to order very expensive generators, then we can make sure we continue to stabilize the government with the two people that we have in parliament. And I shall continue being your prime minister so that we can continue to go on a smooth ride. Right, Doc? That's basically what he's going to do. And then, of course, Ludmila somewhere in the corner going like, if we could stop thieving just for 1 year, just for 1 year, St. Martin would be a better place. Speaking about the Weavers, so I hear that Miguel de Weaver, the head of the SG of the TIAT, is running with the SAMS party. And then you have Ludmila de Weaver running with the PFP party. So the Weavers are split again. That's going to be interesting. I want to see how that's going to play out. Miguel de Weaver, SAMS. Then you got Ludmila de Weaver. The only ones missing is Cornelius de Weaver going with maybe the DP. And then there's 3 de Weavers on 3 different political parties. Family dynasty at its best. All right, so that was, you know, your little hoopla in the area of the Parliament of St. Martin. Poverty in St. Martin does exist. I have to start off that particular story because this kind of broke my heart when I saw it. So I decided to go down by the Freegan Foundation. It's a foundation that actually exists here in St. Martin. I know that we live episodic. We just think about ourselves and just try to think about putting food on our tables. But what about the people who can't afford putting food on their tables? Well, there's a foundation that was put in place right after Irma with individuals with terrific dedication. And they have been supplying food to families in poverty for the past couple of years. The program is in trouble. By August of this year, they might cease to exist because they can't sustain. I did do an interview with them, exclusive interview. So we'll get into that. And pretty sad story. I hope that we can help. Take a look. Okie dokie, we are here at the Freegan Foundation's headquarters. We're here with Joost from the foundation. How are we doing, sir?
I am good. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. Tell us a little bit about what the Freegan Foundation does here, so they could get an indication of what you guys are responsible for. Because you always hear the name,
Yeah.
but you know, you want to get some more details.
All right. Well, we started as an after Irma relief project, where we would be cooking meals for people who didn't have a kitchen, or their house was destroyed, or they didn't have the means to get a healthy meal on the table. And to make that project sustainable, we started collecting food waste from supermarkets and wholesalers, or any restaurant or hotel.
Is there a lot of that?
Sorry?
Is there a lot of that?
There's a lot, because there's, I think in the whole world, it's like 1/3 that you see in a supermarket does not end up on our plates, but in the garbage bin. Yeah, so that's a lot. We still do that. We have a van driving around 5-6 days a week, and the bigger supermarkets, they donate their waste to us. At first, we would make meals from that, but the amount of stuff that we get right now is so much that we just, whatever we put in the van, we just deliver to the people in need mostly. But since that's a very, how do you say, fluctuating stuff that we get, there's also people who really need help. So we started the Client Choice Food Bank, which means that instead of handing out food boxes, we made a little supermarket that you see behind us. And people come here every week for their weekly groceries, and everything that they get is like the same stuff you and I buy in the supermarket. So that has nothing to do with food waste. It's freshly bought. It's mostly emphasizes on fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, so that people can get their weekly vitamins in. So
And what would be the difference for them here? Is it a special price or?
Yeah. They pay only 1/3 roughly. And we, well, not we, but funders, sponsors add 2/3 of it. So it's, and they pay $4 per week, and they receive $12.50 worth of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, that's if you see, so some people have like they live with four people.
Does anybody comply? Anybody can just come. I'm sure. Yeah.
No, the appliance system
Criteria.
is quite, the criteria is quite extensive. It's
Yeah.
like a personal conversation that takes about half an hour to find out if people really need the help. Right now, we have 85 families in the program. There's another 60 on the waiting list, and that's just because we don't have the funds to help more people. But yeah, there's a lot more people that could use that, and especially pensioners that really need the help because they have a pension and that's all they're going to get.
That's all they get, yeah.
They won't find a job. There's no way for them to get more help. But also single parents, I want to say mothers, but also men, of course, parents. That's mostly the people that we help.
Wow. And how do you deal with distinguishing who needs it and who just wants to take abuse?
Yeah,
it?
there's
Because I'm
always
sure-
people who, it's like the 80-20 rule. There's always people that will and that we cannot check, but we try to check as much as we can with UB bills, with rent bills and everything. But we also stress Sint Maarten is a small community.
Very small, yes.
And you will see your neighbor here, or you will see your aunt or whatever, and people will talk.
Yeah.
Because if you take advantage of us, then people will come to us and say, that person doesn't really need it, la la la. And in a way, it's kind of telling on your neighbor, but on the other hand, it's also, but there is a lot of people who really need the help.
really need it, yeah.
So then I'm fine with, if anyone says like, that person not, I'm like, thank you for telling us.
How is the program doing now? I hear that there are some challenges when it comes to keeping the program going.
Yeah, because like I said, that is like freshly bought food and everything. So we buy that, and right now it's about $10,000 a month that we just spend on groceries.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot. But R4CR, the program from the World Bank, is coming to an end in this year, and they pay half of our groceries. So right now we're struggling to keep going for the rest of the year. Because it's technically the rent is paid for, the staff is paid for, we have enough volunteers, we just need stuff on the shelves, and that's right now what we're struggling most with.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would say that you would want the program to be extended, or any other persons or businesses, entities that would want to give into the program is open?
Yeah, it can be monetary, but it can also be just like products. I mean, it is literally the can of beans that we need money for, or the can of beans. So I don't care either way. Yeah.
And the poverty situation on Sint Maarten, maybe because you've been involved since year after Irma, would you say it's alarming?
I would say it's alarming because it's not getting any better. And we have because the program runs every time for 6 months, so you're in it for 6 months, and then we do a review, and new people can be added to the list. But the amount of people that apply, it doesn't go down. So we almost always have like 250 applicants for the program, of which 150 will kind of be eligible, and then and then we can only take 85. And in the past 3-4 years, and it's also because of COVID, I think this is the first year that we might, but sorry, it's also the situation is that we have a lot of season work, of course, here. And in June, a lot of season work stops. And then we see the rise in applications coming again, that people just need help.
Wow. Something to really look at, be grateful for what you have. So let's make sure. And like, while we speak, you see this happen. Hello, no problem. You can see it. All right, Joost. Thanks so much. Any final words?
Any final words?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sharing is caring. Please, if you have anything, don't throw it away. You can bring it to us, but better yet, knock on your neighbor's door and ask if they need help. And if they don't need help, you can bring it to us.
Perfect. Late night show will be back. Also, so today the tallest former member of Parliament, Ronald Bryson, did meet with the vegan food representatives, and he plans to, if elected, go and get more food for the homeless and for those who are in need. Not a laughing matter, so I'll leave it at that. I do hope that the program is extended, or other businesses, organizations, NGOs do step up and do something to for us to continue to feed these families. 85 households. And it never goes down. That's a scary, scary, scary statistic. Welcome to Late Night Show. We have a good one for you. Let's begin.
At GEBE, we take the safety and quality of your water seriously. Every day, our dedicated sample collectors venture into the field, visiting the places that matter to you: water tanks, school, supermarkets, home, and high-risk areas. Once these samples return to our water quality lab at KB, they embark on a journey that safeguards your well-being. Our dedicated analysts take over, sending these samples to the microbiology and chemistry departments, respectively. This is where the magic happens. We test for a range of parameters, and we do this every single day, no matter what, including holidays and weekends. In our microbiology department, we focus on two major tests targeting various bacteria. Confirmation tests are conducted, and we have plans in place in case the results are confirmed. And then we do it all over again, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Rain or shine, your water safety never takes a day off. So when you turn on the tap and enjoy a glass of GEBE's water, you can do so with confidence. GEBE, the power to serve.
At SXM, we're taking travel and tourism to new heights. Here we boast spacious check-in areas, 10 passport control points, comfortable departure lounges, and an exciting new airport mall. Finally, there's an airport in the Caribbean that takes your travel plans as seriously as you do. Princess Juliana International Airport. The experience will move you.
And I'll fall on my knee. Tell me how to wait a bit. Tell me how to wait more. Tell me all that I should know.
Great job, Carl. Thank you. Jeremy, come on up. For the final word in the Spelling Bee Championship, please spell insurance.
Insurance. N-A-G-I-C-O. Insurance.
That's correct. I hope your father can spell Nagico too.
Nagico is insurance. Insurance is Nagico.
All right, welcome back to the Late Night Show. The ECE, yes, remember the one-man party of Mr. Wigley, Emmanuel Wigley. He had his launch yesterday in Phillipsburg at his new headquarters, and 2 more candidates are going to be running with the ECE. So it's not a one-man party anymore. It's a 3-man party, people. This is good. We have the highlights. Excuse the camera work because we thieved the video from Mr. Brown. Okay. I have to give him credit. He went, so I give him credit. Or you behave. Let's go.
This is the headquarters. If you're looking for any one of us or any information about ECE, right here you can find us.
All right. In saying that, you said this is a headquarters. Can you be more specific? Let the people know where the headquarters is situated in Phillipsburg, and you can give them your email, give them your number, let them know when gonna be the other meeting.
So we are situated back street across from the Mac School, right? The Mac School is situated in the Methodist Church, right? Across from Beach Island. Across from the old Beach Island. That's how I know it. I don't know the other name right now. So yeah, here you can find us. And our main email is ecesxm7@gmail.com. My number is 580-6264, area code +1721. You reach me, you can reach everybody. I'm sure you guys have your own contact information. You can let them know, but This is basically, like I said, is just the launching of the new headquarters and the introduction of the candidates. So obviously we're gonna have some more meetings because postulation is next week, Tuesday. And we need an endorsement, which would be on Wednesday of 144 signatures. I know I already got the signatures last year, but according to the law, we gotta do it all over again, and we gotta pay the fee again. So you see the type of sacrifices that we're making for the people. A lot of people think that the government does, fund the campaign, but it's not like that. We are working together to represent the people. So we are sacrificing our time to represent the people. So you'll find all the information there.
My number is 524 22 16.
Right. Let the people of the world and St. Martin know that you are a twin. Make some identification. You are a twin?
Yeah.
Yes, so relate. Let the people know. Yeah, let the people know you are a twin. You have a twin brother.
Yeah, I'm a twin. Yeah, being smart, they call us. We've been here, we born and raised here in St. Martin. We've been here through the tough times, through the struggle, through the things every time. But we just want to know that if the people is not happy, I'm not happy neither. Because sometimes I walk the road and I have a lot of my friends, they just tell me what's the struggle about. And that is what me, because to see them walking the road, they begging for $1 and all these things, while they can get a job out here, it's like tough for them, because then they get the Chinese with the Chinese, the Indians with the Indians, and everybody together, and they're not working with the locals.
Right. You are in the hospitality business. Tell us how it's like.
Well, it's been a struggle for the past time, because like when I was back in my time, like in 2021, so they had the tourists, they had a lot of tourists used to come in, they used to have a lot of ships coming in. But now you see, as you can see, the whole front street, back street, they don't have no kind of business going on. And I was living in Aruba for 4 years, and the nightlife and the life I see in Aruba is totally different to St. Martin, because Aruba, they have 24/7 for the tourists, which they have all the stores open, and tourists can get shopping till 12. They show them to close 12 o'clock in the night, and to see like how the Indians are struggling and all these local companies struggling and closing down. We're not getting no kind of satisfaction from the tourists, because at the end of the day, they come to walk around, they just check, and it's hard up here for the Indians and hard for all of us. So we just gotta fight and take it on,
So while we're waiting for Mr. Gums, we're proud of him. You have a brother in we usually say Sabre.
Yeah.
Can you ask for the support in Sabre? Reach out to your brother in Sabre.
Well, he's doing good over there, He's doing the work over there for the...
Yes, we want to ask your brother in Sabre. Yes, you are up for election, and you want the people of Sabre who can vote to support you. That's the message. So go right ahead.
Everybody knows me as Angelo brother. If you want to support his brother from Sabre, it's up to you. But I'm always here. Me and my candidate, we will always fight for our island, which is Sabre, and the stations also. All we have one. So we have to just stand up and never give up the fight. Like good boys. Never give up the fight.
Thank you, Smiley. Let me go right over to Mr. Gums. That's the son of a former employer of Vromi here in St. Martin. Mr. Gomes, you was away for a while, and now you are here, and you articulating very well. Tell the people what's your wish.
You know, I born in St. Martin, and St. Martin was like top of the chain. Top of the chain. I can remember when they had a DP movement. They always to give a message, give light, and people move on. Now, that person, that movement now is actually not getting home. And you can notice the family and stuff is not there, but I also remember him.
Mr. Gum, not breaking you. You went away. You have an accent. Tell us about the accent. But remember, get back to the point what we are speaking about.
The accent is Canadian accent, so it's like blending with my wife and the kids then, so it's once you look in the environment, your level of ambition level will rise, and then you speak in an appropriate way to, you know, make sure you understand what's going on. So that's how the accent comes in.
Right, drop it back now to the conversation.
So I went to the new movement, and he always, you know, his name was Dr. Clark. He always like a person that never hide, never be, when I'm always on Front Street, anyway, courthouse, that bar, always sitting there. You got things to say, Clark, but he always make sure that the tourism industry was always his first priority. He created jobs. We used to have, since they built the kind of village into a concrete structure. Before we used to have like, you have like a number open, is everybody would pick a wood, you know, the marble open big, you would build our boots then, we used to walk down the road, hey, Clark, never hide in this car to me. So, to see now that we have coalition government, as they say, you know, the parties, I mean, I don't mind the coalition government. What I mind is that, what bothers me is that, why we can't get along? Why we can't move the country forward? You know, why we can't take up the same baton from the TV days or the SP days and move forward with it? So I guess the generation change, and the generation now make things so corrupted. You know, it's a corruption device right now. It's like a bomb ready to blow up. You know, so you know, as we know, as I stand back now and look at how the country move forward, you know, whenever you work in the industry, you have the tourism accident. What's wrong with the island? This island was a friendly island. Now, it's a corruption island, crime is high, no job creation. You know, everything is going in a different, you know, directions or angle. It's just like, so I said to myself, okay, instead of me talking about the problems, I got to learn the problem. So I got to fix the problems. So I said to myself, so I look at all parties, and you know, I said, okay, I used to back the USN for you know, making sure that this don't happen anymore. But again, the book the envelope, someone jump off. They ain't get wrong, but they jump back on. They get it's a short lifeline for them. They show that safety thing for them, and they jump back on and they apologize, whatever it is. But it's okay. But we need to get act together because the ECE is coming in full blast.
Right, Mr. Gums, I don't think you're surprised. Well, you know, Nigel was in the street, well, us, a lot of years, and going from house to house, and speaking about the cause of the people. And you said that he influenced you. And of course, a lot of people being influenced by his work. But Claude, when you've been elected, what will be the first thing you will be dealing with?
Well, when I am elected, or when we are elected, not I, when we, because it's always me. The first thing and foremost, you cannot jump on a ship and think that you can just drive the ship in whatever angle you want to drive it. A car. The first thing we do is we look into change the reform.
First thing we reform is infrastructure for sure. Infrastructure, the first thing we do. Secondly, I'll focus on my heart and everything on job creation. The minimum wage, that's insane. It's impossible. I look to raise that higher, match it with the best earners. Match with the best earners. So those things as I go along, because remember, right, whenever you have a washing machine spinning, and it's spinning, you want to make sure they can stop it. So there are corruption inside there. In the parliament, it's a chaos. So when they bring in, you have to go, okay, just stand back and watch and see how you can prolong the things, because he doesn't know where to do that shit.
So let me go back to Nigel. Oftentimes there are misconception. Now, they have, for years we have SPA, yeah. We have the PUP and all of the other parties, and we even have had a one-man party, Mr. Priest. Okay, so this is not a first one, but the whole thing is that the DP party will go, the UP will go. Now, you young man here are the future. Take it or leave it. So the mindset should be the old one have to go. When a tree already bare, after a while it fell, it fall, and the seeds continue. So you guys feel intimidated? How do you guys feel?
I said that because basically, how you articulated the way I wanted to bring it out as well. We have the seeds in our hand, and we're going to plant the seeds. And as we move forward, those seeds will grow and you'll see the fruit. But we have the seeds in our hand, and it's we who got to plant it. Because we need something new. Like you said, the old, it's failing. The old is failing. We see it everywhere.
Fading.
You don't have to failing. You could look outside and you could see that nothing really has been done. Since probably we left it, nothing really has been done. One of the reasons I was smiling too when they would say he has an accent, because we kind of have the similar background. We was both in Canada. You check it out. And with them, my pops used to always bring me the twins and chill around. You get what I'm saying? So we have a lot of history together. But like I said, you could look outside and see nothing been done.
Are you accusing?
I'm not accusing nobody. You could see for yourself. The people could see. Right? The people could see that nothing really has been done. You could even ask some of the youth here, nothing has been done. There's nothing.
Well, you have been, you have get very popular and been noticed around the world. Of course, changes is happening with the ECE. Right. Will you be willing to work with the Dutch? I mean, the Netherlands?
If I'm willing to, we could work with anybody as long as they have our best interests at heart. Anybody we could work with. If they show us respect and love, we could work. But we don't want to be on them while they taking advantage of us. The days of taking advantage of St. Martin, Swahili, or whatever you like to call it, that's over. We bringing something new to the table where we're going to lead the way, the right way.
Yeah, let me segue again. Let me say like the former Prime Minister. Let me segue again to Mr. Gums. Mr. Gums, of course, ECE, you're part of ECE. Where Canada can fit in St. Martin? Where can they play a part of development here on the island? I mean, you have familiarization with Canada. You know Canada.
Well, we can fit in. We have a lot of Canadians come to the islands. And there's one thing I studied, and that study, but when I look at Canada, Canada is a nation, a country made its own recycling. It recycles a lot.
Yeah, we recycle like crazy.
So we can't fit in if the Prime Minister can have a dialogue with the counterparts of Canada. We need a recycling plant on the island.
So you can, well, we have a dump. Right now, the dump almost reached the same height as Bloomingdale Hill. You know Bloomingdale Hill, right?
One that always catch on fire.
You see the the dump is actually going higher and higher. So you have friends and businesses in Canada that can take care of the landfill.
Yes. We bring in international experience to the table.
So lastly, I want to be balanced. Let me just, and if you all guys can, let me speak to Smiley. I can remember 1995, yes. Hurricane, one of those hurricane. You was a little boy, and you was in a bus going around while the St. Martin was a disaster. Yes. And now you are being bold as you are in the hospitality business. I already mentioned who actually benefited from the hospitality business here on the island.
They're benefiting.
Who making money is let me tone it down. Is a taxi driver making money?
No. Taxi driver, they think that I'm a taxi driver that's making money, but mostly everything will be slow. And no ships, as you can see, 1 or 2 ships coming in. A whole week, no ships coming. And they have a lot of taxi drivers. They going against each other. And what happening now is like they want to fight, they're doing all kind of craziness and things. So it's like a struggle out there. So
right. When you've been elected, how can you fix it? Be careful. This is a very technical question, so be careful how you answer it.
how we can fix it?
Hold it. How can you fix it? Who should come first? And who should come last getting a taxi permit?
Well, actually, they renting a permit, which is their own, and what they're doing now is the Haitians and the Spanish stopping the buses, like they just run bus, and through to the bus, they say that they don't like to deal with the locals because the locals are really aggressive and thing. So they jump into the taxi to see that if they can make it there. But at the end of the day, that we don't have no kind of space for the taxis. And number one, what happening now, they're working with all the hotels with shots, which is all kind of different shots. So where you see now, you're seeing Pink, you're seeing, everybody but the hotel working with shots. And back in the days in the taxi field, we could have go by any hotel and work. So now these guys making a business out of our taxi. So what they're doing, they're charging $150 fee for a shot to walk at the hotel.
So what they're doing, Smiley, it is legal?
It's very legal.
It is legal? Illegal? It is illegal.
It's illegal
So why has the taxi association address? Had they write a letter to the Minister of Theatre?
Well, actually, I was checking in the information in it, and they say that how to say? They say that the hotels is private.
The hotel is private?
Private sector.
Where?
So,
the hotel is not private.
Well, they say the beaches, it belongs to the hotel.
No. Against the law.
So I guess that when I was walking, I was walking downtown Sunset area, and I was passing through the hotel, through the beach, and the security was telling me that we can't go and try to go past trespass the hotel.
It's illegal. Let him say something.
What I want to make clear though is that just so nobody don't get it twisted, right? Our main goal is to make it possible that everybody can work together. We ain't trying to discriminate between, for example, Haitians and Spanish and whatever. Because like I always say, I don't like to use that term foreigners, because if you go back into his story and our story, we was all one that was dropped off in different islands. So we all one family, could be different tribes. Now, I should say we all one nation, different families, different tribes. So I don't want nobody to get it twisted like we being discriminated, whatever. What we want to do is set up a good structure where we all could prosper. Because right now it's chaos. And the big boys is the ones that's profiting from this chaos. Not, as I should say, the small man, the people on the street, the entrepreneurs, the people who are looking for opportunity. The big boys is profiting from this, and we try to change that. So with that being said,
Let him. Yes, before you wrap it up, Claude, Mr. Gomes, you need to tell the people when it is all over, what this place will be. So within this time, let the public know what we're gonna be here. Lastly,
when it's all over, this will be a checkpoint into the cafe. So you can come in, have a seat, sit down, use the internet, do your schoolwork, do your homework, have ice cream, hot dog, vegan, all vegan style, grilled chicken sandwiches. You sit down here, but this place here will be the comfort zone for all the young youths and adults who want to come sit down for peace of mind.
for free?
The internet is free.
For free? Wait. Just go over again. Let us get it clear. So you are inviting the youths of St. Martin as a politician, as an incoming.
To come checkpoint internet cafe, free internet, but hot dogs, chicken and stuff, all that stuff, it's on sale. Not for free, just the internet.
So you can come in and use the internet for free with good behavior.
Good behavior.
Right. So it's a call to the youth of St. Martin. You can come and go on the internet free.
For free, with the purchase of whatever, you buy ice cream, hot dog, or cappuccino, or a cup of tea.
So if you don't have money to buy,
You sit down, you're welcome.
you're welcome still? Okay, thank you so much in advance. So thank you guys very much.
You'll still be able to get information and stuff from ECE because it still will be the ECE headquarters.
Thank you well. Well, you all have the floor. You end it now by saying what?
We said enough. We said a little more than enough. We're gonna leave the rest. You asked.
Thank you.
We said enough.
All right. Video courtesy of BCN TV of Mr. Brown International. All right, time for your flashback.
Flashback.
Welcome to the Late Night Show. Hope everything is okay. Hope everything is all right. I'm your host, Andrew Day. Okay, kids, let us begin. There's a lot we have to talk about, so let's get up to speed with the latest.
I get on his content site.
But Auntie Ruby, you can't just.
And what I didn't tell Chris.
What is going on?
Is what ain't written in the Bible, front and the back.
What?
You want to join with friends? What? Who bowling who?
My name is Andrew, not Tulu, though. Like, why do you... What?
Friends, you are go try. Come up to let me. So look, I.
Okay, all right. In case you don't know, a voice note started to circulate over this past week concerning, of course, Christopher Emmanuel, Member of Parliament, 5-point agreement for his party. Now, I know I haven't been on Monday, Tuesday, so I got to get you up to speed for those who don't know. So let's just say this. So during the weekend, there was negotiations between the different political parties, particularly the one of the National Alliance and the People's Progressive Alliance. Sorry, National Alliance and the UPP, United People's Party. Can't get used to those P's. Basically, they came up with an agreement, and Chris decided that he wants to work with the United St. Martin Party instead of working with the UP. So Chris was defiant as always, and he decided not to go and signed the agreement because he was meant. It was almost as if they wanted him to believe that his signatures was needed. But his signature was not needed because you need more than 8 signatures in order to have a coalition. These folks had 10, but they have 9. So therefore, I am calling this coalition, get ready, I am calling it the coalition of the strong 10, but 9. Say it with me. Strong 10, but 9. That's how we're calling it. No other name. I know my good friend Super Kid told me that a good name would be We Fine with 9, which is kind of cool still. So whenever I don't want to say strong 10, but 9, I'll probably say We Fine with 9. Because you never know if Chris might come back, might not come back. Did he leave? Didn't he leave? Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. On Monday, he went on SOS Radio and he, made it his whole reasoning for not going to the signing of this particular agreement because he doesn't agree. Without exploring talks with the USP, he doesn't agree for this signing to take place, even though it did. So, of course, you can imagine the amount of people that Chris pissed off because here we come from an election where we, said to everyone, hey, stability, hey, I'm not going to jump ship, hey, I'm not going to go independent, hey, I believe in my party is the party for your country and for this country. And then 2 days after elections, 1.5 days after elections, you're already dictating who to talk to and you're not even the leader. Let's make it clear. The leader supposed to still be Severa Jacobs, our prime minister. Chris believes that the people of St. Martin should be pledged to in this 5-point agreement that he wants added to the existing agreement of the same MP saying that we're going to work together and stick together for 4 years. I try to understand the reasoning. I know Chris is always defiant and nobody tell him what to do. And it's almost, when you have when you have a kid, like a small kid, maybe 8, 9, 10 years old, you go in a candy shop and you tell them that you want a Coca-Cola and then you tell them that they only have Pepsi. And they go like, no, but I want Coca-Cola. And then you give them the Pepsi and then they drink it and they go like, close to the same thing. It's like you just have to, he just want to say that he said something, that he was part of it. But I thought that an agreement did do that. Apparently not. Crazy, right? So the situation now is that the board of the National Alliance is going to meet on Wednesday evening and they will be hearing out the presentation, the charter from Chris. But it's already decided that they will not be signing that agreement that is redundant to the one of the actual agreement of the strong 10 but 9. I gotta get used to it. Sorry. Gotta get used to it. Now, the meeting will take place where a presentation. Chris will give a presentation to these board members. These board members are going to sit through the whole entire presentation. And then at the end of the presentation, they're going to say, Chris, this is good. Yeah, but we're not signing it. Question is, what's going to happen after? Will he then go independent? Will he get kicked out of the National Alliance? Or will he just suck it up, accept his loss, and go to the next battle? Stay tuned for St. Martin's Novella tomorrow as we hear what happened during that particular meeting. Also, in the news, I noticed that during the Council of Ministers press briefing, which resumed today, Wednesday, the Minister of VSR, Miss Gordon Carty, or Carty Gordon, I still gotta get used to her name, people, give me a break. She was at the press briefing, and I should say, look at the minister. It looked like she take the loss of USP, Franz Richardson, worse than France Richardson. You notice? Like she looks stressed, like, oh my God, I'm not coming back as Minister of VSA. Oh, the stress. Anyway, let me go write a check. Send it to France. He need my help. Anyway, so today's press briefing, the main focus was aftermath elections, also some of the things that the ministers are working on. Nothing really. The unemployment rate. According to our Minister of VSA, the unemployment rate for St. Martin is
that the unemployment based on the labor survey was showing that it was 6,636.
Minister, just in case you need a helper, I will assist you with the number and say the number now should be 6,637 because the worst leader in St. Martin history is added to the list of unemployed. Yeah. Okay. One of my favorite times on Wednesday. Listen, I need you to take this one and just take your time because my son, today's Mr. Brown was by far the best of the year so far.
Minister Weaver, there's some burden on your shoulder because all around St. Martin there's cries, not just now, of septic water in around St. Martin. Do you plan to have some physical intervention, meaning the resident, that they can rebuild this septic? Because it seems like a lot of the time this septic is like pool. There's a standard way of constructing septic. So you can dive into what plan you have to help the resident.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this.
Question to the Honorable Prime Minister. Minister, up to now, human rights is a reality. Now there's a burning concern in the community of St. Martin. The proposal that Mr. MP Emmanuel has made. Minister, there's a criteria in the way that government works. Is it possible that one person can just jump up one morning and say, listen, look, I need this thing to go this way. And if the others do not agree, then I would not sign. Julio Robley was challenging so long that legislation should make in government and in the election and so forth. But up to now, that agreement have not officially signed. Because, for instance, when you make agreement and you do not abide with the agreement, for instance, you sign and you say, well, look, I withdraw, I do not agree. That's where human rights kicks in. So every parliamentarian and ministers have their human rights. So, Minister, can you dive in to this saga with Mr. Emmanuel proposal? Final question to Minister Gordon Carty. Minister, what do you know about the NRP? Is there a contract with the government of St. Martin for the continuation in St. Martin? Seeing that we are close to the hurricane season again, houses are still pending. People are still getting wet. Minister, is it a crisis situation? How much more years that the NRP going to remain in St. Martin? If do you know about it, could you tell us, please?
Anyway, welcome to the Late Night Show. We have a good show for you. Let us begin. That is it for the Late Night Show. Thank you so much for watching. Until tomorrow, do have a safe and pleasant one. Bye-bye.